What is going on, guys? It's been pretty cold out lately, so I'm going to give you guys another video from the studio today. And we're going to be talking about what gear I bring for travel photography, so anything like hiking or kayaking or backpacking or whatever. And basically how I can keep a light pack while still getting good photo and video quality. So the first thing I bring with me is my Sony A7 III. This camera's got great dynamic range, great low light performance, and the autofocus is really good. And it's also really solid for video as well. And since we're talking about travel photography today, I'm trying to save weight, so I went with two lenses that are pretty lightweight and versatile. The first is the 28-70 kit lens. Now, a lot of people hate on kit lenses, but this lens is super light and really versatile, so it's really great for travel photography. The other lens I bring with me is the Sony 50-1.8, which is also super small and lightweight. And this is great for if you want to get that shallow depth of field in your photo or video, and it's really great for portraits as well. It'll work for night photography, but I would rather have something a little bit wider. But since we're talking about travel photography, I'd rather make that compromise and carry a little bit of a lighter weight lens and not necessarily get the optimum image quality for every situation. Now to move on to my second camera I bring with me, I have the GoPro Hero 7 here. This camera is great. It's got really insane image stabilization. You can hold it handheld and you're not going to worry about any vibration or anything. And I bring a few mounts with me, so one thing I use a lot for travel photography is this windshield mount. So you can just mount it to a windshield or anything that's really like a smooth surface. And you can get like really nice time lapses from your car and stuff like that. Another thing I use a lot is this head mount. So you can mount it to a helmet or someone's head. Just get that first person view. And I've also got this hot shoe mount to mount a GoPro to a camera hot shoe. This is good if you want to get like a first person view of someone taking pictures. And with that GoPro, I bring these 3 off-brand batteries with a charger. The off-brand batteries aren't that great, but they're definitely a lot cheaper, and for me, I think it's a good value to bring these with. So now to talk about audio, I use a Zoom H1N, which is right here. It's actually recording the audio for this video right now. I really like this. I was debating between this and the H5, but the reason I chose the H1N is because 1, it's $100 cheaper, and 2, it's actually a third the weight. So for travel photography, it's an obvious choice to go with this. And with that, you're going to want something like this. It's called a dead cat, and this just fits over your microphone and it blocks any kind of wind noise that you're going to get. Really essential, and it's only like $8 or $10. So now you need something to store all this camera gear in. So to start, I've got this case for the main camera right here. It's got this big compartment in the middle and then a couple zipper pouches for SD cards or batteries or whatever. So I just stick the camera in that case. And then I've got this second case, which I just use for a lens, so I can just fit the 50-1.8 in there or the 28-70. For the GoPro and mic, I carry them both in this one case right here. This is from Kelty. It's a medium-sized cash box, and it keeps everything nice and safe. It's like a hard-sided box, so it's really good protection. And then I keep all of that within this backpack here. Basically all my camera gear when I'm out traveling fits in this one backpack. So now to go on to some other stuff. I carry a travel tripod with me some of the time, but I pretty much only use that if I'm recording like interview videos or talking like I am right now, or if I'm shooting at night. But in the daytime, I'm generally not going to be using a tripod. Another thing I'll carry with me is stuff to clean lenses, because you never know if it's going to be raining or whatever when you're out traveling. So I've got this lens pouch right here, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. It's got a brush, it's got an air blower, and some lens tissues. Usually I won't carry the entire case, but I'll just take a few of these things and put them in a Ziploc bag and just put that in my backpack. And finally, I've got a few non-camera related things that I also find really helpful when I'm out traveling. So I've got this journal, so if I ever come up with any ideas or anything I want to draw or write down, I'll just put it in this journal when I'm out traveling. And I could use my phone for this, but I feel like it's a lot more fun to write stuff down, and it feels a lot more creative too. I also keep a couple portable chargers with me just to keep everything charged. I can charge my camera, my GoPro, the microphone, and of course you're going to want any charger cords you might want for your iPhone or for your camera or whatever. And then for a few other things I like to keep with me, I like to keep this flashlight with me, which is really nice. Battery lasts forever. I keep the Swiss Army knife because I can pretty much do anything with it. It's got a scissors, it's got a knife, a bottle opener, whatever you need. I also bring this lighter with me if I ever need to start a fire or light a stove or whatever. So that's basically all the camera gear I bring with me when I'm out traveling, whether I'm hiking or climbing or whatever. I like to keep it pretty simple, and I feel like that works pretty well for me. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment down below, and I will see you next week.